It was supposed to be a simple stealth camp in a ghost town. Just a guy, his bivy sack, and some abandoned ruins to explore. But when the sun went down, the footsteps started, and suddenly the Mexican border felt a lot closer than the map suggested. So, what happened? Tonight's first video comes from Junkyard Fox Outdoor Adventures, a channel where James tests his survival skills in rugged, often abandoned locations across Texas. He's done the research, he's got the gear, and he's definitely not expecting to share his campsite with whoever's walking around inside that derelict house. The footage exists, so here we are. It's April 3rd, 2024, Ocala, Texas.
A lot of noises coming from inside the house.
Night changes everything. Heavy U.S. Border Patrol activity appears on the nearby road, and James realizes his campsite sits considerably closer to the Mexican border than he'd planned. The risk shifts from paranormal to very real, being mistaken for a smuggler or crossing paths with people moving through the same darkness who don't want to be seen.
That's... Saw it. It's flying around out here.
Then the footsteps, unmistakable walking sounds from inside the dilapidated house, directly next to where he's lying. James freezes, tracking the movement through sound alone, unwilling to give away his position, acutely aware something is moving through those ruins with purpose.
So I gotta say, I am not someone who's superstitious. I don't really fear ghosts or anything like that. But I do gotta admit that this is probably the creepiest place I have ever camped at. I just keep hearing noises inside this house, and there's bats flying above my head. And it's so dark. I feel like I'm in an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's getting windy. It feels like it wants to rain, and I hope not. But
the psychological weight settles in as he prepares to sleep. The bivy sack restricts movement, leaves him vulnerable if someone comes at him in the dark. He's weighing survival priorities now, not comfort.
Exhausted from lugging around the heavy pack while I was exploring earlier and all that stuff. So just rest a little bit. I am keeping my boots on in case, I have to get up in a hurry. And of course, I got my pistol right next to me. The mosquitoes did come back, but I have that little thing right there hoping that works. And then I have my citronella candle as well. So hopefully it's not too bad. And that's about it for me, folks. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the morning for some coffee.
Deep sleep isn't happening. James goes into full survival mode. Pistol within arm's reach, boots staying on his feet so he can move instantly if the position gets compromised. The night becomes a vigil. By morning, the tension bleeds away with the sunrise. Coffee, a moment with the ghost town's forgotten history. Then he packs up and retreats ahead of an incoming storm. The footsteps never got explained. An animal, or something else entirely. In border country, you don't always get answers. You just get through the night. But honestly, that was way too close. You've probably zipped yourself into a tent at some point, maybe heard a branch snap and told yourself it was nothing. Most people roll over and go back to sleep. This guy sits up, pulls his trousers on, and prepares to face whatever's knocking on the wood outside. Tonight's second video comes from Bushcraft and Camping Adventures, a channel where solo camping meets Australian cryptid lore. The creator builds shelters from natural materials, then investigates territories known for yowie sightings. He's alone in the bush, miles from help, and something is definitely not right outside his tent. He made it out with the footage. It's July 8th, 2023. Remote woodland, Australian bush.
I'm hearing something outside. I'm not sure what it is. I've put my pants on. I don't like being stuck in the tent if something's out there. It's banging the wood. It's a person. Nope, still there. Man. I don't want to sit in.
The video opens in pitch darkness, already inside the tent, already the middle of the night. Strange muffled movements and unexplained ambient noises shatter the silence and wake him fast. The realization lands immediately. Something is directly outside his shelter. Panic surges, but not the freeze kind. Refusing to stay trapped and defenseless in a small enclosed space, he scrambles to pull his trousers on. Better to face whatever's out there than get cornered in nylon. The tension spikes. Loud, aggressive banging echoes through the dark. Something heavy and intentional, striking the wood around his campsite. Not random. Something is actively tampering with his base camp. Then the anxiety shifts into something colder. Whatever's out there is calling out names, and the proximity and nature of the sounds steer his suspicion away from wildlife or cryptids entirely. The whispered realization arrives. It's a person. Morning reveals the evidence. A large piece of wood flung across the campfire area. Structural items around the perimeter moved or altered. Distinct circular scuff tracks leading away from the site, marking the escape route. While the setup fits yowie territory perfectly, the conclusion lands on something more grounded and somehow worse. A trespasser who stumbled across the site in the dark, interfered with the camp, and bolted the moment they realized someone was awake inside the tent. No cryptid, just a very real human encounter in the middle of nowhere, which isn't exactly the more comforting outcome. I think I'll be sleeping with the lights on tonight. A Revolutionary War battlefield at sunset doesn't immediately scream danger. Just grass, monuments, and history books. But when 600 men die in one afternoon, the ground remembers. And when night falls on that kind of history, the quiet starts sounding a lot less empty. Tonight's third video comes from the Off-Gridiot, a channel where Phil sneaks into restricted locations, camps overnight, and investigates whatever's left behind. He's got the historical knowledge, the self-deprecating humor, and absolutely no business being at Oriskany Battlefield after closing. This is what came back. It's October 27th, 2024. Oriskany Battlefield, upstate New York.
2 cars here left, just waiting for them to leave. The ravine is down over there, and it runs through here. While no one's around, I'm just seeing if there's any location that would make a good stealth camping spot. I kind of want to be at the edge of the battlefield, which is right here. Battlefield, woods. That way I can kind of get the best of both worlds. I'll be just out of sight, but I can still go out, investigate the battlefield out here. I'm gonna go see if some of these cars are starting to leave. I really got to get to my backpack and get things set up.
Resting at the tarp shelter, discussing the heavy casualties, Phil stops mid-sentence. An anomalous sound cuts through the quiet, and almost immediately severe goosebumps and full-body chills run over him. The kind of physical reaction that arrives before the brain catches up to why.
The batteries on here went from full to now it's flashing that they're dying. They went from full to dead to halfway to flashing. Fantastic. I think you're scared. I think you're weak. That's why you died here. Okay, a huge chill just ran over my entire body. That was wild. I almost heard footsteps, but I think it's leaves rustling on the ground. Are you trying to make contact with me? What year is it?
After provoking the environment, calling the spirits weak for dying here, a heavy, muffled boom echoes from deep in the distance. Phil recognizes it immediately. The distinct acoustic signature of old artillery, a cannon firing, not a car backfiring, not modern, historical.
Just heard drumming. It wasn't nearby, it was way off over that way. I don't hear it anymore. That was like nothing I've heard in the woods before. I don't have an answer for that yet. If I hear it again, I'm gonna quickly grab this and hit record. Good morning. It's like 32 degrees out. I don't know if my breath shows up or not. I actually slept pretty good. Not cold. Threw a couple of hot hands in my sleeping bag. And
The rest of the freezing 32-degree night passes without further incident. Morning. Phil cooks breakfast using a pumpkin as a makeshift pot, then packs up and slips past a photographer who seems to mistake him for one of the battlefield's legendary ghosts. The batteries drained, the chills came, the cannon boomed, the drums echoed. Coincidence, equipment quirks, or 600 voices still marching through the dark? Put yourself there. 3 a.m., something drumming in the woods. Do you stay? Do you run? There's no right answer, but there are definitely wrong ones. I'm not sure I'd have stayed past that first battery drain. What makes someone pitch a tent in a forest with a dark criminal history? For Josh and Steph, it's the need to know if the stories are true. The need to hear what the ground might still be saying. But forests like this don't give up their secrets easily. And sometimes those secrets talk back. Tonight's fourth video comes from Parafear, a channel that treks to high-profile haunted locations and crime scenes with an arsenal of ghost hunting gear, spirit boxes, K2 meters, REM pods. They document raw audio anomalies and physical triggers firsthand. It's March 17th, 2025, Clogog Forest, Wales.
I'm not being said. Let's go straight into this episode. Right guys, so just before we do start getting into the investigation and setting up camp and doing all the things that we need to do off camera, we are just going to take you on just like a little walk around the forest. We're just going to get a feel for it, just see what sort of vibes here. And I'll tell you what, mate, if I didn't know the history, I would genuinely just think that this is just a beautiful forest. I know that the WRC and stuff does go through here. I hope it doesn't go through tonight.
Imagine.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well,
oh my god.
The road they use is behind us over there.
Yeah, the main road is like literally you can see my car parked there, and then it literally goes that way and then back down. But we are just going to take us on a little walk around, just get a feel for the place really. And I don't know. When I was setting up my camera just to do that like interview sort of section. Okay. Yeah, it did sound like somebody was talking, but we haven't seen anyone. But
yeah, it was like some hikers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded like some hikers, but
we haven't seen anyone. But this forest is absolutely massive, mate. It is massive, mate.
as well,
Yeah.
Navigating a thick, isolated section of trail, they distinctly hear people talking nearby. The forest is massive. No visible hikers, no track activity. Yet voices carry through the brush. It sets an uneasy tone early.
like a cough.
Yeah.
That was a full cough, yeah. Yeah.
If you're wondering why I'm doing this with the camera, guys, because I've got the torch in my hand here, just scouting around, make sure there's no one here.
That was a full-on cough, mate.
Was it?
Yeah.
We don't even know how this mate.
No, there's no.
What's his cause of death, mate?
No.
I don't think forensics could get it, mate. That was my ring piece, mate, don't worry.
I know it was.
Even the spirit talker's dead, mate. Do you know what I think we should do? I think we should go back to camp, get the devices out, and then lay them out. Because it's so hard to pick up sounds in the forest, mate.
Yeah, especially in the forest.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
because it could be, like, what we can hear is wildlife. You know, a rabbit could make that noise. You know, we could get more evidence through proper devices. Mate, something.
what?
Come on, come on.
What?
Mate, I just seen something go through that wood then.
Go through the woods? What do you mean?
Come back then.
Why?
Mate, I just scared the life.
Well, you have just mentioned wildlife, mate, so bear that in mind.
Mate, that wasn't. My heart racing, what I just seen then.
And Steph's having a panic, guys. But yeah, I think we're going to pull devices out, guys, and then we'll head back down there. Right guys, so we are still at the campsite. However, we've been hearing like noises. We heard like a distant scream as well. And it sounds...
Back at camp by the fire, the quiet shatters. A loud, disembodied scream echoes from further down the path, visibly unsettling the duo as they try to hold their composure. The night escalates into a highly active investigation. Disembodied voices, the phantom cough in the dark, the midnight scream cutting through the wilderness, followed by a spirit box sweep, attempting contact with whatever remains tied to the location. Later audio analysis attributes some of the sounds to a local owl. But the psychological weight of the place and the raw audio they captured leaves a mark. Was it something real? Was it the forest playing tricks? Or just a very dark history staining the soil? How do you even sleep after that? 6 p.m. The team checks their gear one last time. The light is fading. The woods are dense. The history is heavy. They think they have enough time to get in, get set up, and get through the night. But in places where crosses levitate and rocks fly through the dark, time has a way of speeding up when you're somewhere you shouldn't be. Tonight's 5th video comes from Haunted the Truth, a UK team that travels to notoriously active locations and sits in absolute silence for hours, letting the environment settle. No dramatics, just raw patience. It's July 9th, 2021. Halfpenny Bridge and Snuff Mills, Bristol, England.
Hardest things you're going to do to get to the bridge, especially at like fucking 12 o'clock at night.
So the walk there is freaky. It's definitely spooky because, I mean, you cannot see, like, you probably can't see up into those woods there. You don't know, there could be real people here. Most of the time, real people are the issue, because you don't know who's loitering around in these woods.
So Dean went down the far end, I went in the middle, and I had my hands on the railings, just talking. Then after about a minute or so, I had a cold hand on my hand. It was freezing cold. Then we went home, studied the photographs. Then we come across a ghostly figure of a white figure right in the corner of the photograph of a screaming girl.
And I heard it running, coming up behind me, and we heard the scream. So I turned around quickly, and obviously that's when I took the picture. So yeah, it really freaked me out.
Yeah, I've seen the footage. I've seen the footage that was taken years ago of the picture on the bridge, and you know, people didn't believe them, and you know, you're saying that, you know, they probably didn't believe you either, and I know exactly what.
A static camera films a stone cross between two benches, completely unattended, and the object defies gravity, shifting slowly across the rocks before levitating entirely out of the shot. The team reviews the footage in silence.
You see Mark's bell there? If you can give that a ding, that would be perfect. What is that? Yeah.
Chuck something! Where are you?
Yeah, what was that? Somebody shouting. Is that people? I don't know if it's people. Is there pathways closed or people can walk down?
You can move that bell for me when we're here. Like now.
Oh, you yes, mate! Yes, mate! Oh, yes!
Hey, come on, why did you throw the bell up?
That was fucking brilliant!
You brought me ass.
During a routine sweep, later editing uncovers a distinct dark shadow crossing the path. It moves in front of one investigator, but behind the lead. Clear as day. No secondary light source to account for it.
Straight in the back! A rock just slammed me straight in the back, Chris. I don't know which rock it was. All I know is a rock slammed me square in the fucking back.
It must have been right between me and you.
Because I was looking right at you, I was like, what the fuck is he screaming about?
Yeah. I thought you were screaming to just like, come and get me.
No, it fucking hit me in the back. You won't hear it.
Ah!
That just belted Chris in the head. Where did it hit you, Chris?
You seen that one coming?
We're gonna stand this way.
Can someone go over here and just watch inwards to see where these fucking rocks are coming from?
Yeah, I did.
You alright?
Brilliant. Oh.
Near the old mill structure, the camera captures something against the dark masonry. A distinct, solid shape resembling a face manifesting out of the blackness. The team decides the environment is too volatile to stay in. They pack up and leave abruptly. Reviewing photos on the journey home, they find one final anomaly. An investigator standing with his leg completely missing from the frame. Right in the location, tied to June and Royston. The bell flew when they asked for a sign. The battery died when they needed to record. The rock struck when they were most exposed. Coincidence? Probably. But in places like these, you start connecting dots that might not actually be there. Or maybe they are. I'm still trying to process what just happened there. He's trekking through the rain-slicked woods when he spots it. A mysterious light moving through the darkness. He tries to walk a straight line to investigate, keep the trajectory simple, stay oriented. But Canic Chase has other plans. One moment he's moving forward. The next, he's standing right back at his own tent. Tonight's sixth and final video comes from Adventures with Clogog, a UK channel known for down-to-earth vlogging, casual banter, and lighthearted overnight stealth camps in places steeped in folklore. He's at Canic Chase Woods in Staffordshire, home to ghost stories, UFO sightings, and recent reports of big cat claw marks on trees. Let's get into it.
Spooky stealth camp in Canic Chase Woods. If you know anything about these woods, you'll know that it's steeped in history, legend, and scary ghost stories. UFOs, strange lights in the woods, black-eyed children, and more scarily for me at least, big cat sightings. Just recently there's been some more big cat sightings, and again just recently there's been some scratch marks found on trees which some experts are saying can only be put down to big cats. Let's see if we can see anything tonight. Joining me on this stealth camp is Exploring with Carl.
Hello everyone. Yeah, like you said, we're in for a creepy night tonight. Let's see what happens.
So, we're going for a wander in the woods, in the deep, dark, scary
Woods of Canic Chase.
Woods of Canic Chase.
Oh, what's that? They tripped over that one. You got to put your light on the floor a lot of the time. Look, like these.
There's a lot of trip hazards for sure.
So watch these. Keep your light down to the floor. This is always the best option. These are slippy, so watch these.
Oh.
Yeah, watch that.
So
it's best to look at the floor.
We've got a bit of rain, guys. Look at that for an old tree. Wow. Look at that. Check that tree.
The dark, wet conditions press in. A strange echoing noise breaks through the woodland, initially mistaken for a distant police siren. They listen closer. An owl hooting in the pitch black. Relief. Temporary.
Yeah, we've had a walkabout. We've not heard anything really, have we? I'll tell you a weird story. We walked that way away from the tents before, and we sort of came back on ourselves. We seen a light. We came back, and we came back to the tents, but we walked in a line away from the tents, which was weird, wasn't it?
I don't understand. Yeah, exactly, Will.
Yeah.
Listen. So you listen to Will, aka
Urban Legend UK.
There you go. Again, I will put drop a link to his channel.
Yeah.
Another really decent guy.
So you're here with us tonight, Will, at Canic Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Righto, guys, we survived the night, so I'll bid you all adieu. You want to say ta-ra, Mr. Carl?
Ta-ra, everyone. Don't
And
forget to like, subscribe.
And as you can see, leave no trace, only footprints.
Then the peak of the night. After spotting the mysterious light moving through the darkness, they attempt to walk a straight line away from their position to investigate it. Definitive trajectory, simple direction. And they experience a bizarre spatial loop, somehow deposited right back at their own tents. Forward became backward, away became home. There's no version of the geography that explains it. Thoroughly unnerved by the distorted geography and the strange light, they call fellow investigator Will from Urban Legend UK. Comparing experiences, confirming they're not losing their minds. Then a bottle of spiced rum against the cold rain, and they settle in for the night. Morning comes safely. They pack up, leave no trace, and get out of the ancient woods. Started as a casual camp, with banter and rum. Ended with impossible geometry and a phone call to another investigator just to stay grounded. That was absolutely not okay. That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.